So, good morning, all of you. Let we learn chapter number 3, that is metal and non-metal. Okay, it is the chapter of a CBSE pattern NCRT from a textbook of a science. So, let we start it. So, my sweet kids, sweet childrens, let we concentrate on metal and non-metal. First of all, what do you think? What is a metal? Is that is the part of a metal? Yes, that's also metal. Or another thing, that is also metal. It is made by aluminium, it is made by iron. Okay, iron, that means a ferrous. So there are so many different types of metals and non-metals in all around or in every direction of us. So let me learn about it in details. First we learn physical properties of metals. Okay, what do you mean by physical properties? That means what? The appearance, the feelings. Okay, the feelings about that means feel. When we hold a type of a metal in our hand, that time we feel about it. Okay, and another different properties about it. So let we learn by the way of activities, including which first we have to take some samples of a metals, just like we have to take iron. Okay, that means a ferrous, then copper, then aluminum, then magnesium, sodium, lead and zinc. Like that type of a metals we have to collect first. Okay, you also see all of that metals at a just side of me. Then the next activities. Activity first. Let me start from a first activity. In a first activity, we have to do something interesting thing. By the way, we will learn about properties of that metal. That means the physical properties of that metal. Okay, so concentrate here. Firstly, take a sample just like a iron, copper, aluminum, magnesium. Okay, I will take iron, then a copper, then a magnesium. Okay, and which one remain? Yes, copper. Sorry, it is a aluminum. Yep. So when we take all of that type of metals, in at that time we have to just observe it or appearance, just as appearance. While observing that type of a block or that type of a nail, what I observed, that nail is a hard. What? That nail is a hard. But another thing, that nail is a shiny at some part. When I rub that nail at any substance, it will be shine. What? It will be shine. That means what? It have a something shiny thing. That shiny thing we will call luster. What? We will call that shiny thing is a luster. While rubbing with a sandpaper or any hard substance, metal forms luster property. What we said? Luster property. Luster property, that means what? Most of the metals have a luster while they are get polished. Okay, but means actually from a starting they are at a shiny surface, but they are showing shiny surface, but just because of air, rain or any environmental any atmospheric weathering, they cause something rust type of things, hence they are in a different color. Just like a see that nail, at some places it is a shiny, but at some places it is rusty, just because of a atmosphere. So let we learn the first next activity. In the first activity we learn the first physical property, that is metal have luster property. Okay, luster, that is a shiny surface. Then the next we learn activity second. In activity second, what we have to learn, what we have to do in activity second, try to cut iron nail, aluminum, magnesium with a knife. Obviously, if I am trying to cut that iron nail with a knife, is it possible to cut that nail with the help of a knife? Obviously not. Most of the metals are not most of the metals are not get cut by a knife. You all know about it. Okay, but there are one metal which is able to cut by knife. That the name of that metal is sodium. Okay, sodium is an exception. Sodium is an exception in all metals, that is, it will easily cut by knife because it is just like a soft, like a dug, okay, or a clay. It is a soft like a clay. You easily cut it. But you know what is a harmless thing in a sodium? Sodium is the most dangerous metal. While you put it in a air, it automatically get a burn. If you put it in a water, still it automatically get burned. Hence, the most of the laboratories, the sodium is placed in just like a rockale petroleum things. At that their place, they not get a burn, or it not get a burn. You know why? Because sodium is a highly reactive. It is a highly reaction with the hydrogen, and just because of a reaction with the hydrogen, it forms a high amount of a heat, and that heat converts into flame. So sodium is the most dangerous. Hence, you have to carry out that activity with the teachers. Okay. So next, in activity second, we learn the metals have hardness property. What property? Hardness. Metals are hard. So it is a hardness is a physical property of metal. But except sodium, remember that sodium is an exception for a hardness property because it is soft like a clay. So let me learn next. Activity third. In activity third, take a piece of iron, zinc, lead, copper and hammer it. Just think about it. I am just taking a piece of any metal, okay, and I am just going to hammer it. Hammering. What happened? What will happen? It will form thin sheet. After some time, hammering, much more hammering, that metal forms thin sheets. Just like see that it is a thin sheet. Okay, it is a thin sheet. Why that thin sheet is happened? Just because of a continuously hammering. If I will hammer on that chalk. If I will hammer on that chalk, is it forming sheet? No, it will not form sheet because it not have that type of a property, and that property's name is a malleability. What is its name? Malleability. Just look at here. It's a activity number 3. Okay. And activity number 3, we have to hammering on a metal. And while hammering on a metal, it forms thin sheet. So it forms thin sheet. That means it have the property. That property is known as which property? Which physical property? Malleability. Malleability property. Remember that it is a third physical property of a metal that we call malleability. Metals forms thin sheet. Okay, that we call malleability. Then in the next, we have to learn activity number 4. In our activity number 4, what we will learn? In activity number 4, we have to learn list of metals are found in the form of wires. Remember, or just imagine or just guess. I mean to say guess. Okay, which type of metals you found that in a wire state? Copper, iron, aluminum. Okay, that we found in most of the wire state. You will find out that type of wire. Okay, remember that while we cover out that the plastic or PVC type of a plastic remove, and what happened, we found a brownish colored wire in it, and that brownish colored wire is made up of copper metal. Okay, so that means what? Copper metal form a thin wire. So many metals forming that thin wire, and that thin wire ability is called as a activity number 4. In activity number 4. Okay, that thin wire is a forming. That means that ability is called as ductility. What we call ductility? Ductility is another property of metal. Okay, so most of the metals have a ductility ability, just like iron, copper and aluminum. With the help of that ability, we will draw that metal in a wire. Okay, and we use it in a so much important things. You all of know about it. So let we learn next, that is a something surprising fact of metal. You also get a shock or surprise while learning about it. Okay, you know what is the pure, very precious metal? Okay, which are the very precious metal in our day-to-day life that we used most of the expensive and precious metal? Yes, it is platinum, gold, and silver. That three metals are so precious and so much expensive. Why? Because they have very high malleability and very high ductility ability. Okay, so let me learn about it. Gold is the most of the ductile metal. If you use 1 gram of a gold, what I said, 1 gram of a gold, then you convert it in 2 kilometer. You convert it in a 2 kilometer of wire. Is it shocking? Yes. 2 kilometer, 1 gram, just like a grain of a jawar or a grain of a wheat. Okay, just like that 1 gram of a gold is a converted in a 2 kilometer long wire. So that is the highest ductility found in a gold, in a pure gold. Okay, so next they said, that is the surprising fact, silver, platinum, gold have a good malleability and ductility, hence they are used in producing jewelry, ornaments, and you know so many persons, okay, or fellows love to use that type of a gold, just like it. So let me learn, some metals have a higher heat conducting ability and they are used in preparing cooking vessels, producing cooking vessels. You know cooking vessels just like a cooker or kadhai or so many pans. In that type of vessels you observe brownish colors coating, thin brownish colors coating. That thin brownish color coating is formed just because of a copper. And why they use copper for a coating? Because copper is the highest heat conducting metal. Okay, that is another property. Let me learn about that property in activity number 6. Sorry, activity number 5, fifth. Okay. Activity number 5th. You all of know the activity number 5th. Take an aluminium or copper wire. Okay, you have to just take it copper or aluminium wire in your hand. Okay, so just aluminium metal, not a wire. Clamp that wire on a stand. On a stand. You have to just clamp that wire on a stand. Okay, for example, I will showing you in a just nearby side by diagram. Okay, you will seeing this. In that you just have to clamp that in a stand. Okay, stand, and that the wire. While you observing that the wire just as a adjusting in a stand, you have to put some type of wax in that at the other end of a wire. Okay, and in that wax you have to put pin. Okay, or you have to just fix the pin at that wax. Okay, then what will happen? Then next, just near the stand, you have to burn spirit lamp or any type of a lamp. Okay, spirit lamps. Most of the use spirit lamp. Okay, then while you burning or while you putting flame on that wire, it produces heat, or that the heat conducted at the other end of the wire, and the wax will going to melt. While going to melting that wax, the pin will drop in or drop out. Okay, or collapse in the floor. Why that things are happened? Yes, say, anyone say? Just because of that copper wire conduct heat from flame, that means spirit lamp, towards the other end where we put or fix the pin in a wax. Okay, so by the way of that activity, what we learn? By the way of that activity, we learn that the heat is conducted by metals. So there are the next property in activity 5th. We had learned physical property, and the property's name is metals are good conductor of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat. Okay, and just because of that, we most of the cooking vessels is made up by metals. So next we learn that the activity in that observation, okay, that the pin which is fixed in the other end, it is a pull down or a collapse down at a floor because of a melting of a wax. Metals are a good conductor of a heat and they have high melting point. Remember, metals have high melting point. Okay, so the example in which silver and coppers are best conductor of a heat. On the other hand, mercury and lead are poor conductor of heat. Just remember that it will be questioned in your exam. So let we learn next activity, activity number 6. So just focused on here. Okay, activity number 6. In activity number 6, what we have to do? Set up an electric circuit just like I am showing just near or side or at the besides me. Okay, set up an electric circuit and place the metal in a between terminal A and B. While you setting that type of circuit, you is observing or sorry, you is watching that the A point and B point. Okay, you have to just place a type of a metal in it, just like I am placing. Suppose I am placing that type of a nail in just between them, and you just have to switch on that circuit, electric circuit. Okay, do carefully and do it with the help of your teachers or elders. Okay, then what will happen while you putting that type of a metal in between that points, that the bulb are going to glow. That means what? The electricity is conducted by that metal. Just like that, you also put some type of that plastic pens or anything. Is that same thing that happen between them? No, because electricity is not conducted by plastic or any other like that of a metal. Okay, sometimes you also use to place that type of a chalk and see what happened. Is that happening? The lamp is going to glow or not? It not. Just because only metals have conducting ability. There are another also one which passes the electricity. It is water. Remember it. So what that the observation we have happened at the metals have a good conductor of electricity too. Okay, try to strike. Okay, so here are the activity number 6 are completed. Let me learn activity number 7. In activity number 6, we learn that metals are good conductor of electricity. Okay, so let me learn next activity number 7. In activity number 7, we have learned that is about when you going to strike the metal on a hard surface. Try to strike metal on hard surface. Had you heard anything? Yes, the metal have another physical property. That physical property is producing sound. What is it? Is producing sound, and that sound producing ability we called, or sorry, that property we called sonorous. What? That property is known as a sonorous property. Sonorous property means what? Sonorous property means what? Metals are produce sound while they are getting strike on each other or any hard surface. Same that property is used in your school bells. Okay, you had heard in temples. Okay, or so many things that we used in most of the things, that is striking ability or producing sound ability, sonorous ability. Okay, so Here are the metals or physical properties of metals are completed. In the next chapter, we will learn physical properties of non-metals. Thank you. Just like, share and subscribe.